Some people call it a special displacement visa. Some people call it an amnesty program visa. Some people call it an expired tourist card visa. I call it doesn't matter, get it while it's hot, because it's cooling off quickly. Today we'll be talking about a special route to residency here in Mexico through a regularization program of an expired FMM tourist visa. This is still the cheapest and probably fastest way to get residency right now in Mexico. In this video, we'll be talking about what the program is, what's required to qualify, what to bring to appointment day, what appointment day will look like, as well as my personal thoughts on the program. What is this program all about? This is a unique temporary program in Mexico, emphasis on temporary, that allows individuals who have an expired FMM card to potentially gain residency in Mexico without the need to prove any kind of income. And also, a bonus, it allows them to skip the need for a consulate office altogether. You can initiate, apply, and finish the process all within Mexico if you qualify. This program was specifically born out of the pandemic for individuals who couldn't go back to their home country or maybe were scared to and were living in the country with an expired FMM card, waiting to return. So Mexico then created this program so that those living in the country with an expired FMM card can legally reside here as a temporary resident for up to 4 years with only a minor pat on the wrist. I'm convinced that this program is also because Mexico knows that there are a lot of perpetual tourists that live here in Mexico and they want them to legally reside here and get their money. So what do you need to qualify for this program? At least 3 things. 1, a valid passport with at least 2 entries to Mexico. One of those entries has to be between the years 2015 and the end of 2020, and the other one has to be after 2020, so 2021 to the present. Number 2, have an expired FMM card. Most offices require the FMM to have been issued for 180 days. I have heard of some instances where offices have accepted FMM cards that have less than 180 days, but most of the INM offices that are now still accepting this program require 180 days. And number 3, have an appointment for after your FMM card has expired. So you can't go in the day before your FMM card expires, nor on the day of. It has to be the day after or later. What do you need to bring to appointment day? Number 1, your passport with at least those 2 entries that qualified you for the program. Number 2, your expired FMM card. Number 3, a proof of address. Number 4, your trámite or solicitud, your application essentially. Number 5, your pago de derechos, and you'll have 3 pago de derechos or 3 forms of payment that you'll need to complete. Most offices have terminals where you can pay with either a Visa or a MasterCard at the INM office, but if you want to, you can pay your pago de derechos ahead of time at a local bank and make sure you keep the receipt. The 3 payments that you'll need to make are 1, paying for the actual card, which is around 10,600 pesos. 2, paying for the actual application to be received and accepted, which is around 1,500 pesos. And 3, you'll be paying for the amount of days that you overstayed your FMM. And that number can vary greatly on the cost. So that depends on each individual INM office. But I'd say anywhere between 15,000 pesos to 25,000 pesos this entire process could cost you. My recommendation is to be prepared to pay at least 25,000 pesos and just be pleasantly surprised if it's less. Either way, this is still the cheapest and probably fastest way to get residency right now in Mexico. On the day of your appointment, once they approve of all of your paperwork, they'll conduct an interview, ask you basic questions. Why did you overstay your granted days? What are you doing in Mexico? Why do you want residency? Those kind of things. Some offices recommend and some require that you write a statement out or type it out in Spanish, of course, of why you're here, why you overstayed your granted days, why you want residency, what you're doing in Mexico, that kind of thing, and then sign and date it. Some require it, some don't, some recommend it, some won't. Doesn't hurt to have it. I would also encourage you to at least bring 3 copies of each of the required documentations for the appointment. They say just the original and 1 copy, but it never hurts to be over-prepared. Some people say it's pointless, I say it's practical. Be over-prepared if you can. Although the cost may vary widely depending on the particular INM office that you choose to go to, My thoughts is absolutely, if you can and if you qualify, to take advantage of this program as soon as possible, as soon as your FMM card expires. And make sure ahead of time that you check with a local office to see if they're still accepting these appointments. I know some INM offices say that they no longer take the applications, and some say that they do. So it just depends on the office or the state in Mexico that you go to. Although I'm very patient, I love handling INM on my own. I know, sounds crazy, it's like a game to me. But I would recommend that you may want to get an immigration specialist or an immigration lawyer that'll help you get this process done as quickly as possible. They may be more knowledgeable about which states and which offices can still accept this program. So reach out to one and get it while it's hot. If you've recently taken advantage of this program, please leave a comment down below about which location you went to and what was required at your particular office, so that those who are contemplating a similar route, or maybe those who want to do it on their own without an immigration lawyer, can do it with your help. Hope that was helpful. See you in the next video. Hasta pronto, friends. See you soon. If you need to know how to access your physical FMM form because you didn't get one when you came into the country, check out this video.